Fashion designing is a very lucrative business that it can feed you, give you whatever you want in life if only you know how to package yourself very well and make sure as well your branding is top notch. You have
Setting
enough.
up a fashion brand in this current economic situation might not be possible for a lot of intending fashion designers. So in this video, I am going to show you or tell you one of the easiest way you can set up your brand even without owning a sewing machine. Now, if capital is your problem and you wish to have a fashion brand, but you don't have machine, I will show you or teach you the easiest way you can set up your brand, even without owning a sewing machine. So if this video sounds like what you want to watch or learn from, kindly watch to the very end and make sure you jot down the important points I am going to explain or highlight in this video. So let's get to the main video proper. So the first thing you need to know is that for you to have or be a complete fashion designer, you should learn the basics of fashion designing, at least measurement taking, fabric sourcing, style analysis. Trying to do these things for yourself will give you an edge over a whole lot of other persons in the field. Now, let's arrange these topics or this thing in batches. If you want to have a fashion brand or you want to be the one that sews, is different from when you are running a fashion business that you want to be making clothes for people and deliver, and without even touching the machine or touching the fabrics, you'll have workers that will deliver for you. Now, and capital seems to be a problem for most people. So now the first thing, like I said, is for you to learn the basics of measurement taking, because you are the one that will go and meet your clients, take measurements, discuss styles with them, know the fabric they want, and give your pricing. So when you are able to do this effectively or efficiently, then you now start to do what they call outsourcing. Now, outsourcing means contracting these jobs to qualified or good fashion designers, those people that already own a shop but lacks customer base. So your work will not be solely on getting client orders and then taking the measurements, the every detail they want, from fabric source, type of fabric they want, to the styling, to every details of finishing they want and time of delivery. Then give it to tailors that are good in what they are doing, give your description, and then they will tailor it in accordance to your client's choice. So now someone will ask me, where can they get these tailors? Now, these tailors are all over the states, but the truth is that the easiest way or the fastest way you can get these tailors is in Aba, right? Now, Aba has a greater number of tailors compared to any state in Nigeria. If there are 100 tailors in Nigeria, 60 to 70 are in Aba. Now, they tend to have more manpower in production. They can produce 5 to 6 clothes within a day. That's if you give it to a certain person, because they have hands. The person that cuts is different from the one that gums. The one that gums is different from the one that sews. The one that does finishing is different from one that do the packaging or the styling or whatever extra you might want to do. So Aba is the fashion hub of Nigeria. For now, no one can take it away from them. But then, if you have learned tailoring or you have learned sewing and you are really desperate to own or build your brand, so I will encourage you to relocate to Aba. Now, why am I saying this? Aba currently has a stable power supply because their governor, Alex Oti, is doing extremely well to give them steady light. I currently have someone whom left Owerri to Aba, and he is testifying that they have 24 hours light. Even in the local areas in Aba, that's other states, they have constant light. Now, I still know that there might still be some areas that the light might not have gotten to, but this does not, discredit the fact that they have more stable light now than any state in Nigeria. So, when you relocate to Aba, it will give you more access to fabric from their market. It will give you more access to these tailors. When these tailors know that you are resident in Aba, they tend to take you more serious, and they tend to take your job seriously, and they even call you to ask you if you have jobs available for them to make in a certain period of time. So when you get to Aba, you can rent a one-bedroom parlor or a one-bedroom self-con or a two-bedroom self-parlor, as the case may be. Then you now procure mannequin like the one at the background, or you can get the full frame. The full frame is preferable so that you can model both the trousers and the tops alongside. You can still get the hanger you are seeing. And then when your jobs are done, you make sure you take one corner of your house or your parlor or your room to do your studio. Get a good phone, and then when you contract these jobs out to your tailors, the people that work for you, when they are done, you now bring those clothes to your house, you now snap them and make it to have a professional photography coverage, and now start posting on your different social media handles, both your personal profile and your business profiles you have created for your business. Now, you might do this and even raise money to buy machine to now employ some of these people to work for you wholeheartedly when you have gotten enough customer base. Please note importantly that before you tend to buy machines and employ these people, you must have had enough order, like at least 5 orders on daily basis. The reason I'm saying it because you need to make sure that you have enough jobs that will, keep these people busy. Because if you don't have enough jobs, they might leave you and look for someone else. But when you have enough jobs and you are paying them very well, they will be um, they will be there for you to work for you. And then another thing also you need to know is that before you start keeping your prices, you also need to know their cost of sewing so that you don't charge below standard or below cost of sewing. You also need to know the cost of making different types of outfits like shirts, senator outfit that has monogram, plain ones, material combinations, vintage prints, and everything. Right now, in average, from my own findings, I found out that they can charge as high as 10,000 naira to make a complete top and trouser for you for the sewing cost. So that means you are now the middleman between your customers and the tailors. So your work is solely to make sure that you go to your customers, get the measurements, get the fabric, get whatever they want, and then transfer it to your tailors to sew for you. Why? You also make sure you monitor your tailors to give exact of your customer demand or and want. So when you're able to do this effectively, you will see yourself making gain or making profit that on the long run, you still see that you are making a whole lot of money. A lot of guys are into this. Some of these big brands you see online might not even know how to sew, but they have enough workers that works for them. So this advice is solely going for the bigger guys that are trying to have a skill or trying to have a business idea they can carry out. Fashion designing is a very lucrative business that it can feed you, give you whatever you want in life if only you know how to package yourself very well and make sure as well your branding is top notch. You have enough label, you have a good social media handle, you make use of Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, and any other platform you know that you can reach out your possible clients.
From time to time, you do Instagram adverts. From time to time, you run Facebook ads to make sure that you reach a wider audience. And you make sure you have a strong social media presence and let your clients know that location is not a barrier, that you can deliver at any to any place they are, and make sure you know the cost of DHL or UPS or any courier services. Make sure you know all these prices so that you can factor it in when you are giving your cost. Also, bear in mind it is safer to do production first before you can tell them the cost of courier services, because the courier services will charge you in accordance to the kg of the outfit. A regular senator top and trouser is 1 kg, right? So depends on the courier service you want to use. They have UPS, you have DHL. These are the two most popular courier services I know. Other ones are still there, but then I have not tried using any of them except these two I have mentioned. So you can make your market find survey, go to the DHL, ask them prices to ship 1 kg to US, ask them for Europe, any African country, check all those stuff. You can as well get a number of one of your workers so that you can be in constant communication with the person. In case you have an urgent need to make inquiry, you can chat up or call to know the actual cost of shipment to that particular region or area. So now, you also do the same thing for UPS. So when you are well grounded in the field, you know fabric name by texture, by mere seeing it, by the name and everything, you know the market cost. Make sure you get weekly updates of changes in pricing of all of these things so that you will not go and give old price with current price. So when you start by this pattern, it does not really mean you will end up being only a middleman. You are trying to raise a capital or raise capital you can use to now set up your own production unit, because you might not depend on these tailors forever, but for a certain period of time, you can actually depend on them. Sorry. So when you get the enough capital you want, by so doing, any money you make during this period, you can be using it to procure machines, be packing them. And when you now get at least 5 to 10 machines, you get the necessary tools you need, you can now check your customer base and know if you will be able to employ 5 to 10 tailors that can be working for you. By so doing, you are creating employment for them and also for yourself. So this idea I am sharing with you guys will not make you to kill your passion if you have a passion of proper sewing or production. But then, in most cases, all of us are looking for money, right? So most times, passion might not really fetch you money as you might wish. So you can also inculcate the habit of fashion business above passion. But however, while they are still working for you as well, you can still learn more from them. Always make sure you visit them random times. If you are free, you can even go to the shop, help them to do whatever they can do, while you also have time for other businesses as well. So I don't know whom owns this video, but I know this video will go a long way to encourage someone out there to embrace fashion with this pattern. Thanks for watching. If you find this video interesting, don't forget to like this video, comment, and ask questions on possible things you need to know more. I will go ahead to make or create more videos just like this. See you guys on the next one. Bye bye for now.